Hey folks, so in my last video from a few days ago, I showed you how to get rid of mold, and there was some mold here and here. So as you can see, it was very simple to eliminate by simply spraying some hydrogen peroxide. But I want to show you all something about the hydrogen peroxide. So hydrogen peroxide typically comes in a, let's see, in a 32-ounce bottle that's dark brown. And also you can get a smaller bottle that's around 10 ounces, that's a spray bottle. But this is what I use, but I decided to replace this because this is horrible. And I went ahead and bought this bottle. It's still empty. And the reason I replaced this is very, very simple. So I'm going to zoom out just a smidgen, get this out of the way, and I'm going to show you something. When you open this and you line this up to where the lid comes down, it goes down to about here. But when you're trying to spray, you can't get all of it, and it is a pain. When you use it, it doesn't feel like it's working properly. So for clarity, if you're sitting here holding this like that to squirt the peroxide, this is not long enough to curl out there. So then when you're holding it this way, all the peroxide going down here does not pick up easily. So this is a very terrible bottle, which is why I'm replacing it. Hence, this one, it's a Fiskars brand. It has a rubber seal, which is nice. And you see how it extends beyond. So I am able to actually get more on there. So what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and switch containers. I did notice a little bit more mold where I sprayed, so it started to come back. Now the carnivorous plants around there are kind of happy. It's just that it's unsightly. So, whoops, I bumped into the camera there. So now this thing, I can basically throw it out or recycle or take out the spring and do something with it if I want to. And I'm going to actually also just fill this up more. This way I can have less containers lingering. Okay, you can see that I got it to the top almost. So that's good. So now I can put the lid on here. And now we get to test this. Now, if you look, it looks like the mold may be starting to grow. I'm not taking any chances. I want to make sure I turn the spray section to on and the stop not visible. And I'm going to spray this. It actually broadcasts so much better. You can see the mold on there. It doesn't really do much to the carnivorous plants. I mean, even after spraying peroxide, in case you're wondering, it's actually okay to spray peroxide for your plants. H2O2, as one of the O2s are released, you get H2O, and the oxygen helps oxygenate the roots. So I'm basically using the spray bottle to degrade the to oxygenate, or sorry, to oxidize the mold so we can eliminate it, and in the process it oxidizes the roots. There's a little mold here on this picture right there, so I'm going to do it. This sprays a lot better. As you can see, it missed better compared to when I sprayed the other day with the other bottle. So it actually helps to do a better job with eliminating the mold. And I'm going to make sure I get more of it. Now, I'm sure some of y'all are wondering about the rest of the plants on here, so let me give you another update. So I'm showing you the left side when you're facing the front, or what I designated as the front of this planter, because I have this thing that swings over, and this has worked really well. I encourage y'all to watch my video on putting a netting to keep the squirrels from digging the Venus flytraps out, because they look for water and they sense the peat moss when it's dry in the summer. And I've had many a Venus flytrap decimated. But you can see this one here, it caught a bug, so I'm actually going to use, instead of waiting for the rain to wash it out, I have a wide mouth wash bottle that I fill with distilled water. Now, this one that I bought from the folks at the farmer's market, and it's seed grown, you can see there were a couple sundews that I had relocated, but you can see a couple here have, whoops, I don't want to trigger that trap, have self-seeded. So I'll probably be moving them. And you can see these little tiny green things, and those are bladderworts, and here are their flowers. So you have some terrestrial bladderworts that are growing around it. So I'll let that spread around here just to have more diversity on this. But the bog orchid, the shoot, or if it's self-seeded from one of the ends here from this year's flowering, wonder if that's a seed that will grow, then I'll get more. And you can see this one here that I rescued that was almost dead when I got it from Lowe's and got it at a really, like, for $1 from them. It's doing really, really well. Now, one more thing to note about this Venus flytrap compared to the others. When you look at this one, you see how the the lower part of the leaf versus the trap is smooth. You look at this, and like, look at this trap here. It has little jagged things on there, like almost like little teeth. So some of the traps on this have that, some don't. Like this one here does too. Let me lift it up because this one's about spent. You can see the little teeth right there. So I'm not sure why. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one in case it's will prove an interesting cultivar. And then there, this one and that trap too. The newer traps don't for some reason. I'm not sure why. Now, looking at the center and the right side, you can see these three also, which were almost dead when I got them from Lowe's at a really good price. They've recovered nicely, and you can see that they're starting to show some red in the pictures. I see a little bit of bug over there, so I'm actually going to go ahead and spray this one too. There we go. So it helps to have a wash bottle with rubbing alcohol because, I mean, pardon me, a wash bottle with distilled water, because you can just spray them and not worry about contaminating the water like you would with rubbing alcohol or tap water. The sundews, this one, as it's growing, is starting to look more like this. That tiny red one is still not doing very well, but look over here. One self-seeded already. So these are Drosera capillaris, which I don't know if the seeds will regrow in the if they'll overwinter outside or not. Now here's the one that I got from a propagation program to help add more Venus flytraps to the wild. And in case any of you viewers are new to my channel, I have connections, and I got it through connections from Southeastern Community College. You can see it's starting to grow and get established here a little better. It will be interesting once the traps are mature to compare them to the ones from Lowe's, along with the little denties and the red dragon that I have. And then I have these seed-grown pitcher plants from some of the hybrid Sarracenias of mine, and you can see this one here is redder, that one's greener, so it will be more interesting to see them once they get a little bigger, how they're going to look when they have more mature traps. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you now know what to do to get a good spray with your hydrogen peroxide when you mitigate mold growing on your growing media for your carnivorous plants. Thanks for watching, and happy planting.